Can you hear the music, guys?
Yeah.
And I just want you to feel the energy of what this song represents. Because when you follow the yellow brick road,
Mm.
apparently it takes you to this
We're
song.
1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would away forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. We're different and the same. Gave you
Different and
another
the
name.
same.
Switch up the batteries.
Lyrics are spot on.
If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing the little heart, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no place I'd rather be.
Okay, I just want you to think about that for a moment before we get into learning how to breathe, because genuinely, there's no place that I would rather be right now. And that is the whole premise of life. It's finding literally the mundane pleasure of every moment. Like then there is no other time, there is no other place, there's nowhere you would rather be in the mundane, and then it becomes the magical. And so today, I just really want to, when you think about all of the things we're going to do tonight, it's about the gratitude of being in your body, in your now moment, but mapping that out into the future for the visualization, for the work that we're going to do, really being grateful for everything that you're creating, like it is in this moment. And this goes for the case of when we think back to moments as well. When we think back to any time in our life or any future possibility, it's having that gratitude and it's really powerful. So, before we begin, I want to start with the breath right now because I want you to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth with a gentle sigh with me. So, in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and sigh it out. Oh,
Ah.
you can make noise. I really encourage you to make noise when you're breathing tonight, okay? I've muted you all. So just so that you can really make as much noise or as little as noise or be as fully with your breath as possible because vibration is everything and all of it. It's not just air that we are breathing in every moment, every now moment. It's your life force energy. As we've just said off air, the breath in Latin is spider, it's spirit, it's the bridge between your human self and your soul. Your soul, your eternal you, your energy body, the part of you that is timeless, that lives forever, that you never die. You just leave your body one day and you move on to maybe another time or maybe a time that exists right now. Between the life that you live and the life that you want to live, everything is connected to your breath. So every breath you take, every move you make, it's an opportunity to step into your power, to reconnect to your energy, your life force energy. Often we feel a lack of energy, we feel exhausted. And this exhaustion isn't because we don't have energy. We eat more, we consume more, we try and take caffeine and coffee, stimulants to give us energy because our bodies And we're going to learn tonight the science of soma as we go through this. The whole purpose of our human body is that it's got everything it needs to create ATP energy at a cellular level. And it's just waiting for you to activate certain parts of you so that you can create infinite energy and infinite abundance. You'll no longer need the caffeine. Toby, don't worry, I'm going to need it and even less energy to be excited. But I think this is one of the things that I'm going to be talking about more and more is the remembering to breathe, where you go through constant breakdowns into breakthrough throughout your life. And it's the breath that has always carried me. It's something that I've been intuitively doing. So I don't think I need to tell you I'm Emma. You all know who I am. And I am a SOMA Breath Master instructor. And I am going to be guiding you tonight through the Energized meditation workshop. This is a workshop. It's not passive. It's not, you're not here to go on a journey. I'll talk a little bit about that. You are going to do a journey with me tonight, but tonight is all about the breath work. It's about when we think about breath work, we think it's mindfulness meditation. It is not, it is work. We're here to teach ourselves to remember how to breathe. It's not passive. It's very active. It's not boring. I don't do boring. It's very stimulating and it's definitely not woo woo. Okay. People that use that word woo woo, it's real. It's neurosomatic bliss that connects us to our power. It's designed for athletes. And I know we've got a lot of athletes in this room that really love pushing their bodies beyond limits. And we want to be able to carry on doing that. And I think our bodies have forgotten how to heal and how to have energy that's infinitely abundant. So you're here to master your breath. Okay. Once a month, I will be guiding a Soma Awakening session. That's not going to have any training in it. The idea is that the breath work that you embody tonight means that you don't need to be in your thinking mind in that session because it will be automatic so that you can drop out of your thinking mind and into your body and the magic of what's going to happen. The scientific proof that the more you can drop out of your mind, the more that your heart slows down because it's completely and utterly incoherence and it's at such a slow rate, and that's what the breath retentions do. The more chance you have of experiencing out-of-body experiences, and it's the out-of-body experience in those DMT states or that somatic bliss that can create the ability for you to perceive things differently. And it's an incredible place to be, and it helps you to ironically be more embodied because you realize that this is an avatar that we have come here to experience, and we instead of feeling separate where we feel like maybe we don't have an identity, we create the identity, we see who we are, we see more of who we came here to become, and it's very, very powerful. So let's master the breath tonight. We're going to learn 3 key components, and this is really important to the experience. We're going to look how we create movement for energy release to shift stagnant energy. We're going to learn about the activation of the soma. How do we activate our soma? The power of intention setting, because that's really important. We're going to do a really powerful intention setting meditation tonight. And then we're going to do a 22-minute breath session, your daily dose. This is the daily dose that you need to literally anchor in the medicine and the magic every day. It is known, and this is one of the things we learn as Soma instructors, it isn't recommended to do longer journeys all the time. It's called intermittent hypoxia for a reason, but your daily dose is safe. 22 minutes with 2 breath holds is really safe. So I always like to say that at the outset because you're learning some of the things that I now might take for granted as a Soma instructor. The daily dose is something that you can do constantly with the intermittent hypoxia. So the intention of today's session is to learn the routine. Okay? It's really important that you understand so that when you go into that awakening journey, you are fully not even thinking about how to breathe. So, we're going to learn how to breathe. We're going to learn how each part of the breath works, how the rhythm works. Rhythm is a dancer. You're going to dance through your breath work. And this is the thing, you can move in this. You can be the serpent, you can be Shakti and Shiva. It's your experience always. I'm going to talk to you about how the breath holds work because it's really important that you're safe when you do this. Um, so that when you do it on your own or whether you do it with me, you're always safe, safety first. And how the activations work, how the nervous system will respond. Now, I'll say this now, your body will react to breath work differently. You can get claw hands, that's really normal. You can get a lot of it's embarrassing sexual energy. That's really normal. Okay. You can activate yourself in ways, and that's why it's very private and that's fine. Okay. That if that happens, it's really normal. That it can be your Kundalini rising. Okay. We perceive certain bodily experiences as certain things, but actually our energy just our mind perceives things in certain ways. And so, if you experience different things and it makes you feel uncomfortable, you can stop at any time. It's your experience. I want to really you to know that you can always slow your breath down. The more powerful your breath tonight, the more you use your pelvic floor, and we'll talk about this, the more powerful your experience is going to be. So, I want you to understand the structure and the framework, the mechanics and the process, because this is a system that has been tested by the University of Cambridge. Okay, this is not just a system that has been magicked up, it has been tried and tested, and your body will get into a rhythm with it once it's learnt it. The workshop trains that muscle memory of your brain. Your brain has got a lot of little cavities in it that creates pathways, somatic memory, nervous system memory, breath memory, all of it, all of the memories, it's imprinting a different beingness so that you embody this breath work. And so that when you're in life and something hits you, you start to breathe in that moment correctly, right? When someone hits you with something that normally would stress you out, you remember automatically maybe to breathe in that moment. Remember to breathe. Well, it's easier said than done when someone comes up into your face and triggers you, or a memory can trigger you. It really does change your fight, flight, freeze response in day-to-day life. Less fight, flight, and freeze, less stress, less inflammation, less disease. It's massive. So, are you ready? So let's dive into, therefore, the key components of this workshop. The breath work. The breath is one really important part. We're going to really tap into the pranayamic breath, the yogic breath, because this is what will be the foundation to the regulation of your nervous system. This is what will change your chemistry in every part of your body and activates the vagus nerve, changes the brain wave frequency, shifts your emotional state, and then creates somatic regulation. It's the gateway to everything, breath work. We also will combine it with some music. So, every part of this, don't worry, the first song was my song. That was nothing to do with Niraj. That was Clean Bandits or something. I don't know words. Music and vibration, really powerful. So, attuned music that is here to kind of connect with your nervous system. It's like your entertainment layer. We did not come here for a boring meditation, right? We came here to vibrate, and it really does activate different brainwave states. So different parts of the music will really activate you and bring about changes. It's designed to help you, especially for the guys. Women tend to be better at meditating than men, and that's just proven. It helps us to drop out of that mind and drop into our bodies Music is a great distraction, it's a great sensation, it's a great focal point, and it's all produced by our founder, who actually is a DJ back in his day, and then he's channeled that in through the work that he does. Plus, you've got the vibration of my voice. Everything is vibration, and everything is here to create that SOMA experience. And the final key component is visualization. So we don't just use NLP, we use NSP, neurosomatic programming. This is the conscious identity layer. It guides your reprogramming. The brain doesn't know what's real and what isn't real. So if you are able, if you know, we can all be in really challenging times in our lives. When we are able to visualize and dream, it's our dreams that actually take us on life. I remember, being in Bradford and realizing that trading was a thing. And before I knew it was a trader in London, how the heck did that happen? It's because basically, I believed that I could do anything because my dad told me there was no such word as can't. Emma, okay, there's no such word as can't. That doesn't exist in my vocabulary. So when people tell me I can't do it, I'm like, that's not true. And so your beliefs matter, but I used to dream a lot because my bedroom was not a good place to be in. So sometimes bad experiences give you the gifts of life. And visualization, I do believe that I've got through life literally by dreaming and in it coming in. And whether you believe in spiritual channeling or whether you then go on and have that vision and create it, whether you're very practical, it is the anchor to everything. So we're going to combine the breath, the music, the nervous system regulation, and with the visualization to create that mind and identity shift for you tonight. So I really want you to bring a visualization because this is why it's your journey. Now, before we get into it, before I start teaching you some of these things, I have to do safety first and read contraindications. So you've all kind of know the risks of SOMA, I'm sure. SOMA breathing is safe for anyone, first and foremost. Okay, it's safe for anyone. It's beneficial for all. Forceful mouthful breathing, prolonged breath holds, and extended intense breath work. Hyperventilation of more than 5 minutes should not be practiced in any case of critical diseases, severe infections, uncontrolled hypertension, organ failure, pregnancy, or epilepsy, or irregular heartbeats, things that would make you need to be just really aware of what you are able to do. And if you have tinnitus, the neck locks, so we're going to learn about the power of the neck lock when we lift our chin down during the out breath. The neck lock really stops the energy. It's really powerful for you to do a neck lock during breath work. Not just for your experience, but then also for tinnitus to stop any more ear ringing happening. So we shouldn't. I did tell you all not to eat. Don't do it on a full stomach. Don't do it if you've got a fever or if you're driving a car. I did have to remind someone recently to not do their breath work in their car. You wouldn't believe it. And don't do it in water. Someone was saying, "Oh, what if I go for a swim?" No, don't go underwater. Let me tell you, because I think because people hear that surfers do breath work, they do the breath work so that when they get trapped under the waves, they don't panic. They're not practicing breath work under a wave because that's silly. So, but it's silly to me. So it's not obviously silly to everyone. So it's just making sure that we know the limitations. Okay, let's dive into teaching you how to breathe. If you need a notebook, have a notebook. If you're just here, I will share this recording with you guys so you can keep this for yourselves if you're happy to share this amongst yourselves. We're going to go through 7 key factors of the breath session before we dive into the session of moving your body. Number 1, nasal versus mouth breathing, the basics. Then we're going to dive into the diaphragm, rhythmic breathing, breath retentions, energy locks, why we take 2 sips during the breath retention phase, because I want you to just automatically do it. I will guide you, don't worry, when we're doing this, but I try to limit if I speak during your breath retention stage, it can interrupt you. And bring you out of your deep meditative state. And I'm quite loud, so I try not to do that. And then why we do what some people feel is a very embarrassing arm chant. It's essential. And I don't miss it out. Some people, some SOMA instructors don't do the arm chanting. I'm doing the arm chanting every time. And I don't care if I look stupid, I look stupid. I don't care. Okay, nasal breathing. In our normal day-to-day life, we should be breathing through the nose gently. We shouldn't really be breathing into the diaphragm all the time because when we're breathing deep into our root, we are intentionally breathing. Very careful, no stress is in through the nose, out through the nose. You shouldn't hear your breath. And when you sleep in through the nose, out through the nose, you shouldn't need your mouth open and it should be silent in theory. So nasal breathing is where coherence begins. In the SOMA practice that we're going to do tonight, we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose slows down oxygen because you got little nostrils, right? One of the biggest kind of unknown things about the breath is that oxygen is toxic. Carbon dioxide, and this is the inversion. Carbon dioxide is what is abundant, should be actually abundant. Too much oxygen is what is creating a lack of energy. And we'll go deeper into this. But so simply breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, which is bigger, is going to slow down and deactivate your nervous system. And it's going to create lower oxygen, higher carbon dioxide in your blood. So you will release more oxygen. And so we are intentionally for our 22-minute daily dose trying to go into a deactivated state. Very powerful. Most people want to go into activation. This is so powerful. By deactivating, you are creating magic. It's not always about going into the out-of-body experience. It's so powerful to reduce stress. Reduce stress, bring yourself back into your body. When you want to energize, and we do this in bigger journeys, we mouth breathe completely because that is activating. Think about when you go for a run. We run here, we're very active people. We often start mouth breathing. It's a great breathwork practice is running because you get into a natural rhythm of coherence. But mouth breathing, more oxygen, more activation. Nose breathing out through the mouth or just nose breathing, you're deactivating, you're reducing, you're taking less oxygen. You're going to be dropping into your parasympathetic nervous system. So simply by learning, even consciously, I'm stressed. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and coherently. So observe your breath now. Just kind of take a second just to observe your breath at the moment. Take a few breaths in and out and just observe the turning point in your breath, how your breath is at the moment, and realize that simply by noticing how you are breathing, you are controlling your emotional state. Even if you do nothing else in your day other than notice your breath, it will create a hugely powerful shift. Another thing that we do when we nose breathe is that we are reducing oxygen in our blood and we are building up carbon dioxide. And what this does is it triggers your hemoglobin, your blood, to push oxygen into cells. So we eat food, we do all these things. The heart is pumping really hard to deliver oxygen to all of the cells, and then it's not leaving the blood because there's too much oxygen in it. We have, what we call it the SpO2 level. The SpO2, the blood oxygen level, is about 95%. It's too high. When we breathe in rhythm for 30 rounds, usually what we do in this 30 rounds of in through the nose, out through the mouth, coherently, your SpO2 dips to below 85% and it can go even lower. I've tested this at Saunton actually, Toby, with a SOMA instructor there, and I did it, and I looked as I was doing it because I didn't want to get too disturbed from my meditation, and my SpO2 was at 80% when I did this, and that is the moment. 85% is the moment when it's called the Bohr effect, when carbon dioxide is becoming higher and you push it out. And over time, as you practice this is why your daily dose is really important. You become tolerant to CO2 again, and it becomes normal to be comfortable with higher levels of CO2. So you become more abundant at naturally at every points in your day, pushing more oxygen in. And then when your oxygen goes into those cells, your mitochondria fires up and energy is created. You then need less oxygen anyway. It's like even more counterintuitive. You become what we call oxygen efficient. And so over time, you need less fuel. You need less stimulants simply by learning to do your daily dose. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And that's why we don't necessarily need to do activated breathing. It's really powerful. It's going to create huge shifts. So the next part, we will do this breathing throughout today's practice. We are going to breathe very, very deliberately into your diaphragm. Okay. And I'm going to position myself so you can see my body here. Okay. So we don't like sticking our tummy out, ladies, do we? Even guys, we all have to have abs and six packs. It's not good for us, actually, because we should have a tummy. We're not meant to have abs and six packs, right? We're meant to have bellies because we're meant to breathe. When we breathe in through the nose and we visualize the air going down our spine, the first thing that pops out should be your tummy. So it's like belly, chest, release, belly, chest, release. So if you want to take a few practices with me, you can even put your hand on your chest and your hand on your tummy. Before we start, just notice where your breath is. Maybe just take a couple of breaths. Notice where you're breathing. I am actually breathing into my chest. I'm very activated because I'm in an activated state teaching tonight. And so when we're in stress breathing or when we're activating the chest, the air is here. And it's not wrong. It's just that we don't spend enough time in the diaphragm. So tonight, we're very intentionally, when you take a breath in, every breath in your 30 rounds of breathing, it's called conscious connected breath, not subconscious. And this is why it's breath work. Every time your mind wanders off and you get bored and you're like, what's Emma doing? She's still counting. Come back to your breath. Conscious, connected breath. In through the nose, belly, chest, out through the mouth. Make noise if you want. Roar like a lion on the out breath. Belly, chest. If all you do tonight, if all you can remember is in through the nose and your belly rises first and you have your hands on your heart and your chest and you just remember it's like a wave, conscious, connected. It never stops. The in breath never leaves the out breath. You connect it. You don't have a pause at any point in those 30 rounds. Okay? And as you do it, when you do it with just mouth breathing, when we do shorter breaths, we're not going to get into the diaphragm at that stage. That is the activated stage. When we go on a journey, we always start by deactivating first, because that's when we drop out of our mind before we activate in longer journeys. Okay. It's such an important part of your breath session. So we don't deep breathe into it enough, and we are constantly in the sympathetic nervous system. So if you are constantly in stress, if you're not able to at any point in your day not breathe into your chest, and you're in that fight, flight, and freeze response basically. So you're releasing chemicals, hormones such as now my brain's gone blank. What is it? Cortisol and adrenaline. Cortisol and adrenaline. Fight, flight, freeze. And that is why we get adrenal fatigue. And that is why, and it's addictive, by the way. We often create mind things to start having an argument, even with ourselves, because the body gets addicted to drugs. These drugs are our own body's chemicals that become addictive. So over time, by just doing this, you are detoxing from cortisol and adrenaline, and you're flooding your body with other chemicals. Okay? Other chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin. And you are deactivating that nervous system and dropping into parasympathetic. It's a really powerful thing that we can do. So every time you're breathing, belly, chest, belly, chest, belly, chest, conscious, connected, I will remind you. I'll keep saying it throughout as I'm doing other things with my voice, because I want you to remember that we are rewriting your neurological breathing habits. So yes, we're creating beliefs, but we're actually creating new neurological pathways that we've forgotten because we weren't taught how to breathe, and our ancestors forgot. They knew it in Atlantis. I think we used to do this in Atlantis. Anyway, so the second part of it, and this is what creates actually the chemicals that we want to release, the things that we call the bliss state chemicals, that are the ways that you feel. This is why when people do breath work, they feel amazing. It's like someone's given them drugs. You are tapping into oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And that's why when people go running, it takes them about 10 minutes and suddenly they hit this like amazing state. It's like get through that wall. Once you've hit the wall, and it's because you're rhythmically breathing in and out like a rhythm. And your daily dose of 22 minutes gives you an essential amount of feel-good hormones with just your breath. So it's powerful. But there's another chemical that's really important in all of this is nitric oxide. Nitric oxide. So if we think about what we started, the heart works very hard to pump blood around your body. It gets there. It can't get out because there's not enough CO2. There's too much oxygen. We're in fight, flight, and freeze. So we're not even using our powerful lungs. Then we don't have we have vasoconstriction. Our um, blood vessels are tiny, so it's having to work really hard. And then we get things called cholesterol and stress and all the things that create clogs, right, in our arteries that clogs things up. Simply by breathing rhythmically creates nitric oxide, which is a miracle molecule that vasodilates. It makes your blood vessels expand. So you get a flood of all this energy when you're breathing. It's like, whoa, what's going on? That happens when you're running. It happens when you're doing yoga and you're like, I'm doing, what's going on? I'm just doing a downward dog. Why am I feeling amazing? It's because you've probably gone into the miracle molecule and you have your body then doesn't have to work as hard to pump. Your beautiful heart doesn't have to work as hard. So it helps you to reduce the pressure on your heart. It's so powerful. So that's the science nerdy stuff because I think it's so important that you understand why we're doing this. Because you're every time you're hearing these conversations, you're reminding your brain of why breath work is important and why your 22 minutes a day might feel annoying to do. Do it every day if you can, at least for 21 days. It creates a powerful shift. Today's session, we're going to do 2 rounds of rhythmic breathing. We're going to do a 2-4 and a 4-4. So we're going to start, and you'll count this. I will count this. Niraj will count this. We'll do 2-4, in for 2, out for 4. This is called the extended exhale. This 2-4 rhythmic breathing, in for 2, out for 4, in for 2, out for, still rhythmic, is what activates your parasympathetic nervous system. This is what it's basically a light switch for stress. It switches stress off, and it's what we've known as creating the no mind state. It's essential for your breath work. And we always start a journey with either a 2-4 or a 4-8 or a 3-6, right? Whatever we like to do in our pranayamic breath. We'll do 30 rounds of that and then we'll do a breath retention and then we'll go into round 2. Round 2 is the flow state. We're going to do 4-4. So it's coherence. It's all about creating heart coherence. It's creating that beacon to emanate your energy into the world and to radiate and to just connect with every cell in your body. I can feel it. I can feel the energy already. So literally by doing this, you're going to switch out of dis-ease. Dis-ease. It is because we are not in ease. 22 minutes. A lot of people say, well, there's no point me doing this. I can't walk. My knees. There's a guy at work. He drives me crazy. I tell him, you need to come to a breath session. There's no point. There's no one's going to heal my knee, are they? They're not going to put the bone back in. You're in disease. You're in dis-ease. This is powerful for people that can't even get out of their bed because it will allow the body to heal. So for you guys that are super active, it's going to add even more incredible ability for you to just carry on doing some of the amazing things that you're doing with less stress, less discomfort, more flow, more ease, and it will just spiral from there. Okay, I now want to talk you through the breath holds because the breath holds are magical. Okay. It's the best bit. It's what, so you're like, where's the 30 rounds coming to? The breath holds is where magic happens because that is when your brain believes you are essentially dead. Sounds mad, but out of body experiences is when the heart stops, it comes back to life, and that is when people experience the light or they experience things. And what happens though in that moment is when the body starts to heal. It sounds mad, but in the moment when the body thinks that it hasn't got oxygen, it starts doing things in every single one of your 60 trillion mitochondrial cells, your nucleuses, every single cell. You get to the things your physio can't get to with breath work. This is your power. Your physio can touch you here. You can have a scan to have a look at you here. Breath work. It's like in Reiki, if anyone's Reiki attuned, Reiki goes to wherever it's needed and you're just trusting. With breath, you can visualize where you want to send it to, but genuinely through the SOMA activation, it's going to every part. And then when you hold your breath, it's called kambuka, breath retention, intermittent hypoxia. It's when we're creating different forms of magic. So we're going to do two breath holds in Soma. Firstly, when you breathe in and out for 30 rounds with me, then you breathe out and I'll guide you on it. And we will just do a very long And if you're going to sit up, because we could sit up for this one, or you can lie down. But when you sit up, you get to do the neck lock, and it's two short rounds. You lower your chin down to your chest. You don't have to force the air out, because if you force it out, you're going to need to breathe quickly because your brain's going to be going, I've forced it out. Don't force it out. Just let it hiss out. Trickle, trickle. You can even swallow. And then hold your breath on the out breath. And you stay. I want you to stay as long as possible, but you get 2 sips of air. Okay? I just want to explain what happens with the different timings. 90 seconds is when oxygen efficiency happens. It's when the body starts to utilize all the oxygen for healing and you start creating energy and it becomes more efficient. So just 90 seconds of breath retention is very, very powerful. Now, it's a long time. Might not seem like a long time, but it is when you're holding your breath. But eventually your brain switches off, your mind pauses. Your thought files start to file away. So it's like when you're going to DMT with sleep, your brain's like, that's because your heart slows down to such a rate that it's actually stops almost breathing. Have you ever gone to sleep and you've shooken awake? Sorry, my English, shooken awake. You shake awake because your heart slows down to such a slow frequency. You tap into different brain waves and neurogenesis kicks in. New neurological pathways are creating. Life pauses. Deep cellular healing is happening. And this is all from 90 seconds. Deep mitochondrial healing. 90 to 180 seconds. At this point, your brain cells start to adapt and they start creating energy with the less oxygen. They go into a healing, much more healing response in that second bit. Beyond 180 seconds, that's when you can trigger the release of things like DMT. And that is a very elevated state of consciousness. Okay. So the out breath is the part that creates what I would say the healing in your body. This is a body part, all your body as well, your brain, every cell. So you can have 2 sips of air. So you are going to have a moment where you might be out and then all of a sudden, it happens to me in breathwork, I'll go and I'll have this response. All of a sudden my body's like, breathe in, try and hold it. Count to 10 in your head if you can. Sometimes it just happens and I'm like, oh, breath work, you breathed. And I get annoyed at myself in my breath work session. That's not the point. But try and hold it for 10 seconds and then you just take a 1 sip and stay longer and just stay with it. And then you get another round, another sip, stay. And then when you cannot breathe any longer, then we will take a breath all the way in, up through the nose. And I want you to imagine like you're pulling the energy up, up, up into your mind's eye. And at this point, don't tip your head back. Keep your head kind of like a little bit down, your tongue into the roof of your mouth, and really and squeeze your forehead and really channel in. Bring up your pelvic floor, bring up your mullabunda, bring it all in because that is pushing your life force energy that you've just created through your breath work all the way through your heart into your third eye. And if you want to do it from a non-spiritual way, we're taking it from our glands in our digestive and our intestinal through our thymus gland into our pineal and our pituitary master glands. And we're basically putting all of this incredible energy into our brain, and we will hold at the top for 30 to 60 seconds, and we'll breath hold at the top, and we will just really channel. Don't even worry about what you're thinking. Just think about your brain, your energy, connections of whatever you want to connect to. If you want to think about connecting to source through your third eye, really channel that energy into it because it's at that point you're moving it all into your brain, into your mind's eye, and it's powerful. So the two different breath holds have a very different purpose. Okay. That's when you're tapping into your higher state of consciousness. Consciousness is your mind, is your consciousness. They think that the universe gives us conscious. No, we give purpose to everything through our consciousness, that our mind is our master computer. Our mind is a beautiful thing. And it's that we want to program our consciousness with the things that we want to believe. So throughout the breath session, we're thinking about all of those things, and then we're going to embody those into our mind in that breath session. Okay. Leads me finally to the energy locks. So the energy locks are really important. We've talked about the chin lock. I'm not going to tell you about the chin lock again. The other one is the pelvic floor. So when we're breathing throughout your practice, don't worry about doing this if you're doing it for the first time, but the more you do this, you want to be pumping your pelvic floor, or you can just do one in and out. But when you breathe in, bring up like you're holding your urine in, bringing your sphincter muscles, bring it all in. That is what's going to squeeze those lower glands, and it's going to create pressure. It's in your root chakra. You're really channeling that energy and pushing it up. So the pelvic lock is really encouraging the activation of your endocrine system. So your biological system that keeps your energy moving. Now, one of the things that creates disease is because we get blocked energy. And our thymus, your thymus actually is where your body has healing. It's where your immune system lives here. So if your thymus is not working and is slightly stressed, it's not going to work. So this powerful breath work is actually healing your endocrine system, which is needed. Your master pituitary glands in your brain, your master glands, they control your energy body. They are in charge of every single thing your body does, basically. It's in charge, and it's the chemicals, and it instructs things. And so if you have a block in your pineal, so you're clearing out your physical biological body, and it's your energy body, it's your soma, it's how your somatic energy field flows as well, to enable your light body to flow. So it's really powerful. So we do the neck lock and also the chin lock when we go up. We talked about this. So when you take that breath up and you push the mouth in and you breathe up. So all of these different locks at these different times when we're doing it is going to, and I will repeat it throughout the practice. Okay, finally, before we get started with the breath, because we're going to start in a minute. I just want to talk about the arm chanting because it's really important that we understand why we do the different chant, different tones. The arm chanting is the cornerstone to the Soma practice. We do it usually throughout the awakening journey. We do 5 minutes of arm chanting before we do 22 minutes of breath work because we don't have time to do enough in our 22-minute daily dose because it's really powerful. Your vocal cords aren't just here to talk. I love talking. It is your resonance. It's what communicates with your own body system. So when you use this correctly, it signals to the vagus nerve, it signals the parasympathetic nervous system to switch on stress or not. It helps to quiet your default mode network, which allows you to drop out your default mode is your brain's activity of how much it is thinking or not thinking. So it helps you to change all of these things. So let's practice this. So when we breathe in through the nose, and then we bring in the mulla bandha, the pelvic floor, and then we are going to do an ah. We're going to do it with our eyes closed when we do this. The ah resonates with your pelvic floor. It resonates with your digestive and sexual glands. It's what's activating your root chakra. Okay, so it's powerfully grounding. It's what stimulates you, and it's what activates. That's why we start with the R, because we need to start in our root. We then move up from R into oo at the same tonality. R. Oo resonates through the chest and the heart area, and it activates the thymus gland that sits behind, if we like it, the third heart, the second heart, the third heart, we're not 3 hearts. It activates this part of you, your emotional compassion, all of it. It's a really powerful activation. And then the so the when you do the is the universe's humming. It's the universal hum of the universe. And what it does is it resonates in the mind, the connection, it vibrates in the pineal and pituitary glands. So it's creating the continuous flow of energy, the it will make your lips tingle. It's vibrations. It's meant to be tingling. You're using your tongue to channel it up. You're squeezing your forehead. The more you put into this, the more energy you put into this, the more powerful it's going to be. Okay, let's get on with this because I think you all are going to get into your arms. You've probably done enough arms in yoga already. Let's start. We're going to start with some movement. We're then going to go into arm chanting, and then I'll ask you to settle into your body. Before we get started, does anyone need to go to the loo? No? Amazing. So we are going to do a dance, and I just want you to follow me. And as we breathe, in through the nose, out through the mouth, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm going to do various cool moves, right? This activates both parts of your brain, your left and your right hemisphere. It's very distinct movements to get you to shake off stagnant energy. It's essential. We are going to do a lion's breath. That releases tension in the face. That's really powerful. We hold so much tension in the face. And we'll do that partway through. When we bend over, we'll scoop up energy, and then we're going to let it all out. You'll hear me sounding like an idiot. I don't mind. So let's do this. I'm going to start I'll play the track here. Let me just minimize this. Come on, Zoom. You hear that? This is Energised song, okay? On your feet. Start with some lovely marching.
I can feel the love.
Even though that's loud.
I can feel the love.
My heart is pumping. So it's so important that when we are in that stagnant energy, or we absorb energy through the day. We take on everyone's energy. So good to just put any track on. Energy in motion changes your emotion. That particular routine, as weird as it is, activates both hemispheres of your brain and it shakes it off. And then we breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth to then slow our heart rate back down. Really, really powerful. Okay. I now want you just to get comfortable. I'm going to put my headphones on for this because it's better for you guys. Okay. So for this, we're going to do 5 minutes of arm chanting before we go into a meditation. Toby, are you safe on your chair? You're not going to flop off? As long as because if you flop off your chair, don't, because if you did pass out for any reason, there's nothing sharp near you. Safety always. Okay. That's a big crystal. We don't want to fall on your crystal, Tim. That would be interesting. Call to make. Okay, right. Here we go. Can you hear the sound of the music? Listen to the ting. Eyes closed. Imagine that air is going all the way down to your pelvic floor. Channel your thoughts into your root, your heart, your third eye. Imagine that energy in your root chakra. Imagine it rising up into your heart. See it coming all the way up. the light. Visualize light rising up, and then see it, really push it into your pineal, into your brain, and then take that air in. I want you to settle into your body. I want you to really find a position that feels safe for you, supported, comfortable. Let your spine settle naturally into your chair or your couch, and allow yourself to be supported. Allow yourself to open, to relax. Imagine that you are just melting. Your shoulders are softening. Your jaw softens. Your face relaxes. Just imagine a wave of soft relaxation just dripping over your body as you just let go. And I now want you to bring your awareness to your breath. I just want you to notice the movement of your breath, the natural rhythm, no forcing, just observing. In and out. That's right. In and out. Just let it be in this moment with me. And in the next breath, I want you to take a breath all the way fully in through the nose, and hold and squeeze every muscle in your body. Engage every part of you. Feel yourself. And release with a sigh. In and out. In and out. Ease, expansion. And I want you to take another breath, fully in, all the way, and hold at the top. Squeeze every part of you, and release. Feel your body sinking in, supported, held by gravity. Gravity is holding you. The earth is holding you. You are safe. You are held. You are grounded. You are loved. And I now want you to turn your awareness inward into your inner universe. The field of consciousness that is uniquely you. Every cell in your body has an intelligence, a memory, an awareness, a consciousness of its own. And your body, your mind, your energy system is the unified field of infinite possibility and potential. So I want you to imagine that you are standing by a radiant gateway, a doorway of shimmering light, power, and potential. A portal between who you have been and a limitless version of yourself that you are stepping more into. And in your hand, as you look down at it, you notice a key. This key to this door, to this gateway, is the key to a reality of limitless possibility, to a frequency that is untapped but is your unique signature soul blueprint, a future that is already here. You just have to be willing to accept it, and an identity that you just have to be bold enough to put on. A life that is so fully aligned with your highest self that it is your dreams beyond your wildest imagination. So ask yourself gently, am I ready to step into this life that I am meant to live? Am I ready to embody the energy, the freedom, and the sovereignty that is my birthright? Feel how your body reacts as you ask yourself that question. Does it respond with expansion, lightness, excitement? Is there resistance? Don't judge. Everything is welcome here. Every part of you is welcome here. Just notice and simply observe. And I now want you to put the key into that door in the gateway and turn it. As you step through, and as you do, you feel the light wrap around you with energy moving through every single one of your cells, and your nervous system softens. You do not fear the light. You embody the love, and your body opens as you enter this limitless possibility of your future self. And as you stand in the light of this infinite potential, I now want you to imagine your most perfect day. Not fantasy, not escape, but a life where limitless possibility is normal. Where do you wake up? Can you feel the bed, or the hammock, or the grass, or the tree beneath you? the air on your hairs on your body, the light on your skin. Who surrounds you? Are you alone, or are you with someone or people? How do you feel when you wake up? Grateful, free, excited, grounded, aligned. How do you feel in this average, perfect day? Notice your body. Is it strong, open, energized, effortless? What do you do when you move? What is the first thing that you do in this average, perfect day? Where do you go? What fills your day with abundance and joy? What energy do you radiate? Who are you serving? Who are you inspiring? How do people feel in your presence? Do they feel safety, inspiration, expansion, love, power, powerful? What do you create in your average perfect day? What do you embody? What legacy do you leave in every moment? Every micro moment? Feel it in every cell. Let your subconscious learn through this embodied energy, through this sensation, through this presence, what your perfect moment feels like. As I want you to shift now your awareness to a sacred space before you, a quantum field where a council chamber of pure potential awaits. Here appears your limitless avatar, your highest self, your fully activated version of you, your frequency, energy field of infinite possibility. See them clearly. They have form. How do they stand? How do they move? How do they speak? How do they breathe? Do they breathe? What energy do they radiate? What color do you see? And I now want you to step towards them and then into them as you fully merge, where your identity dissolves, separation dissolves, time dissolves. There is only embodiment of your limitless potential. Feel this energy move through your spine, your chest, your breath, your posture, your presence, and anchor in the truth that you are limitless and you are powerful. You are sovereign and you are free. You are safe to expand. You are safe to receive. You are safe to create. And and you are safe to lead. For these words, somatically, cellularly, and energetically, are felt in every part of you. And I now want you to visualize a golden light above your head or your crown, which is pure source energy. And I want you to see this golden light going down your spine, dripping down through your nervous system into every single cell as you shimmer with this golden radiation. And this is your natural state of infinite potential. Nothing is outside of you. Everything is within you. You are it. You are creation experiencing itself. So I want you to just breathe it in and let it anchor in your body, your mind, your energy. This is your frequency, your limitless possibility. And I now want you to start to think about your breath as we step into your SOMA daily dose. Okay, so stay with your breath. Be with your highest version of you. That average, perfect day. Make sure you're comfortable. And I now want you to bring your awareness back to your breath. Conscious, connected, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just start to consciously and connect your breathing. And as you breathe, I want you to anchor in the energy of gratitude. Gratitude for this moment. There's nowhere I would rather be than here with you right now. And as you embody gratitude, bring yourself to that time in your life, past, present, or future, where you were truly grateful for being alive, for being human on this incredible experience we call life. Imagine there's a movie playing in your mind. I want you to project that moment where you were infinitely grateful into the movie out in front of you, where you are the lead character. And just embody the feeling and sensations of deep gratitude. And I now want you to bring your awareness into the future moment where you would feel truly grateful if you could just achieve one thing that would be game-changing for you. Maybe it's one thing that was in your average perfect day. And make this your near future. Tomorrow, why not? The following week, you choose. Where if you achieved this one thing, you would feel sensations of gratitude. And I want you to feel it as if it's happening in this moment, and project it into that movie in your third eye. Embody these feelings of deep, deep gratitude right now. That's right. And if you can't think of a future, if you can't think of a moment, then just be grateful for being here in your body with your beautiful heart, because we're going to carry all of these visions, all of this energy, all of this activation through your SOMA journey as we begin to breathe in beats and in rhythm. So when I say in, you're going to breathe in. And when I say out, you're going to breathe out. For 2 to the 4 beat. In,
2,
out.
2, 3, 4.
In through the nose,
2,
out through the mouth.
2, 3, 4.
In through the nose intentionally,
Out.
let it go.
3, 4.
In,
2,
out.
2, 3, 4.
Intentionally in,
2, out.
and then release.
3,
No effort.
4.
Intention in,
Out. 2,
let it go.
3, 4.
Notice as you breathe in,
Out. 2,
and then release.
3, 4.
Gratitude as you breathe in.
Out. 2,
Just let it go. Nothing matters. In,
2,
out.
2, 3, 4.
Breathe in love, letting go of any doubt.
3, 4.
You are amazing.
Out. 2,
Release.
3, 4.
Breathe in the love,
Out. 2,
and then let it flow over every part of you. 2, out. 2, 3, 4. Consciously bring up that Mulabandha and release.
3, 4.
In, belly, chest,
Out. 2,
release.
3, 4.
In through the nose,
2,
out through the mouth.
2, 3, 4.
Belly,
2,
chest, release.
3, 4. In. 2, out. 2, 3, 4.
Breathe in those good sensations and release.
3, 4.
Breathe in the magic.
Out.
Let it go.
2, 3, 4.
You are the conductor of life.
Out. 2,
Let it go.
3, 4.
Imagine every part of you lighting up
Out.
as you release.
3, 4.
This is an ocean wave.
Out.
Release.
2, 3,
Maybe breathe in the color
2, out.
that you envisioned.
3, 4.
In.
2, out. 2, 3, 4.
Remember, as your mind flows,
2,
bring it back. Conscious,
3,
connected. In,
2,
out.
2, 3, 4.
Imagine all of that energy flowing
2,
in circles, in waves. In,
2,
out.
2, 3, 4.
Every cell of your body is lighting up.
Out. 2, 3, 4.
Notice how you breathe in a rhythm.
2, 3, 4.
If you want to pulse, you can pulse.
Out. 2, 3, 4.
If you want to move your arms, you can move your arms. You can embody the energy of the movement of the breath. In,
2,
out.
2, 3, 4.
All the way in, all the way out.
2, 3, 4.
Every breath is conscious. You are creating shifts.
4.
In.
2,
Release.
2, 3, 4. In.
Intentionally in, and give a roar if you want. You can be as loud as you want. In.
2,
Out.
2, 3, 4.
Supercharge your soma.
Out.
Release.
2, 3, 4.
This part is so important
Out.
for being
2,
able to hold your breath.
4.
This is what releases the nitric oxide.
2, 3.
This is what creates the chemicals.
Out. 2, 3.
This is what creates the coherence in your body.
Out. 2, 3, 4.
In.
2,
Out. And we're going to go all the way in. Breathe all the way in, all the way up to the top. Bring that energy up. Squeeze the Mula Bandha all the way to your third eye. And then release. Lower your head, lower your chest, chin to your chest, and be. Be with yourself. This moment of deep relaxation and inner peace. Because life is just a series of inhales and exhales. So when you pause your breath, you pause your life. You go into a state of deep relaxation. Remember, if you need to have a sip, firstly override any urge. 10 seconds. Take a sip if you want, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just stay. Stay with this freedom. Stay with this clarity. Stay with yourself. Be with your body. Get an urge to breathe, take a sip. The magic happens beyond your comfort zone. That is when you're telling yourself that you can do anything. You can go beyond any comfort zone. You are infinitely in control. And when you can no longer hold your breath, when you get that big, strong urge to breathe, you can breathe fully in, all the way to the top. Bring in your Mula Bandha, hold it all at the top. Hold the energy in your third eye, channel in and hold your breath for 30 to 60 seconds at the top, holding it all in. Imagine the light, see the light through your third eye. Be with yourself in this moment. And then release with an feeling of good energy. Sigh it out and just rest. Rest for a moment. Be with yourself. Breathe in and out. Notice what comes up for you in this moment. As we get ready to breathe in breaths again with a 4 to the 4 beat. In,
2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4.
in,
2, 3, 4.
out.
2, 3, 4.
Where we create the
Two.
flow state.
3, 4.
Out.
2, 3, 4.
In,
2, 3,
Sigh it out.
Out. 2, 3, 4.
You are amazing.
2, 3, 4.
You are a miracle.
2, 3, 4.
You have everything
2,
you
3,
need.
4.
Receive infinite love,
3,
health,
4. In.
wealth,
2,
and
3,
abundance.
4.
Open your heart
2, 3, 4.
to open your mind.
2, 3, 4.
In.
2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4.
4. Your heart leads the way.
3, 4.
Let it go.
2, 3,
Connect with yourself
2,
fully with every breath. This is who you truly are.
2, 3, 4.
Keep breathing, consciously connected.
Out. 2, 3, 4.
In.
2, 3, 4.
Out.
2, 3, 4.
Breathe in the gratitude
2, 3,
and breathe out the love. Give the
2,
love.
3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4.
Make your intentions
2,
clear
3, 4.
and embody the
Out.
future
2,
where you experience
4.
in
In.
this greatest drive,
3,
this greatest
4.
liberation.
Out. 2, 3, 4.
Supercharge yourself
3, 4.
and release.
Out. 2, 3, 4.
Flow with your energy body
3, 4.
and allow yourself to expand.
3, 4.
Deeper your energy goes, deeper your breath. Oh, this is gonna have impact. You are one with everything. You are amazing.
2, 3, 4.
You are a miracle.
2, 3, 4.
You just need to open your heart.
2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4.
You are
2,
creator. You are limitless.
3, 4.
You are already loved.
3, 4.
You are everything that you need. You are healed,
2,
ready.
3,
You are
2,
infinitely created.
2, 3,
In.
2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3,
Step into who you truly came here to be. And release.
2, 3, 4.
Be the joy.
2, 3, 4.
Be the freedom.
2, 3, 4.
Be you.
2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4.
Keep going.
2, 3, 4.
Stay with yourself.
2, 3, 4.
No one else matters.
2, 3, 4.
You matter.
In. 2, 3, 4.
Conscious connected breaths matter.
3, 4.
Tapping into your infinite potential matters. In.
2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4.
Out.
2,
3, 4. In.
2, 3, 4.
Out.
2, 3, 4.
All the way in. Bring that mullabunda. Don't stop that pelvic floor. The more active your breath work, the more you're going to get out of it. In. Now, all the way in, all the way to the top. Take a big breath, all the way up into your mind's eye, into that pineal gland. Squeeze at the top and then let it go with an Just release. Let go of any remaining air. Lower your chin. Just be in absolute stillness, in the most profound, meditative state. Energy is just penetrating every one of your cells. Your soma is alive. Your breath has paused as you align with your infinite you, your outer and inner world, your truth. Be here. Stay beyond any comfort zone you ever imagined. And when you can't hold your breath any longer, if you've taken 2 sips, you can take a breath all the way in, all the way to the top when you're ready. Fully in, squeezing and holding in, imagining the light shooting through your energy body, holding your breath fully in. 30 to 60 seconds. Imagine this electric current of consciousness in your midbrain. You're awakening to your highest power, your highest version of you. Imagine the white light starts to radiate all the way through your body, illuminating, expanding, radiating into the cosmos of you. Sending information to your highest self into every cell of your body, into absolute alignment. And when you cannot hold your breath, just let it go with an Just be with yourself now for a moment, with your heightened awareness. Don't rush to open your eyes. You can sit here for as long as you like. You can rub your hands together if you want, create some energy. Put your hands over your eyes. That can be really nice. Just wriggle your fingers and your toes. Love it, Tim. Amazing. Just now, just notice how you're feeling. And I would say in the next 10 minutes, Journal, write anything down that comes in. This is when you are most connected to your intuition. Thank you for sharing this with me. I hope you enjoyed tonight. I will share this recording with you. I will somehow create a little audio for you to listen back so you don't have to look at, well, you can watch the descriptions and that. So I'll share the video and I'll share the audio with you. Before you go, do you have anything you want to ask or anything you want to say? Or you just like, shut up, Em? Tommy's like, shut up, Em. I'm tired.
That was amazing, Emma. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed that.
And that was a 22 minutes.
That was a banging 22 minutes. It was literally every cell of my body was fizzing. That's the only way I can describe it. So really, really tuned into that. Thank you.
And the fizzing is when our bodies vibrate, and you'll know this, when we vibrate, we're releasing trauma. It's
Yeah.
like trauma release.
I
And
noticed at the beginning of the call when you started talking, it's almost like the cadence, focusing on it, I started yawning. It's like I've obviously got a lot that I need to release, so I'm going to be
yeah,
doing this every day. So
yeah. Yawning is such a deep deactivation. It's
mm,
safety.
yeah,
You know, I know people that go to the cinema and I'm like, you're going to sleep? Hello? And it's actually a really, really positive thing when someone can
mm,
fall asleep in your presence.
yeah,
And we take great offense to it. Sometimes it's like, she's falling asleep again.
yeah. No, that
Yeah,
was
amazing. Thank
no, it's
you.
almost immediately. So thank you so much for that. That was
Thank you.
incredible.
Well, go and be. Have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday nights. Thank you for sharing this evening with me.
Thanks, Emma. That was really good.
Mm.
Thank you for coming. I love seeing all of your faces.
Yeah.
Okay. Speak soon.
Bye, loves.
All right,
Bye.
everyone. Thank you.
Nice to meet you all.
Bye.
Bye.